right, welcome back to Championship Rounds. Got a big fight this weekend, just like last weekend, but this one is even of greater magnitude. There is a lot higher stakes, if you will, come this weekend. A lot of marquee fights with implications of championships, golden diamonds. That's right. And this time, I'm bringing in two of the homies straight from the state of Tennessee, the volunteer state. I got the Redmonds with me.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That is Chad and Matt. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
We from Mississippi, bro.
Crooked letter.
Why did I think you guys were in Tennessee? Why did I think that?
I don't know. Close enough.
Close enough.
Down here.
I think I deserve a mulligan for that.
That's a mulligan.
You guys doing all right though? You pumped for the card this weekend?
100%.
Man, I will do this tonight. I'm too ready.
Oh yeah. Well, hey guys, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate every single last one of you that does that. You guys are genuinely the real MVPs. But enough of that. Let's get into this fight card. The first fight that we're going to discuss here happens between Justin the Highlight Gaethje. The man's never in a boring fight, and he never will be in a boring fight. And he's going up against Iron Michael Chandler, the former two-time, maybe even three-time, I lost count, Bellator champion. Came in, took out Dan Hooker, but since stumbled in the title fight against Charles Oliveira. How do you guys got this one going? Because Gaethje's got a chip on his shoulder. All right, you could tell from the press conference if you had the pleasure of watching that. And Chandler on the other end says he's taking Gaethje out in just one round. Less than that even. So go ahead, man. How do you see this fight and how you got it playing out?
I think Gaethje gonna tear that ass up, sir. Just telling me straight up. I think Chandler's in a little bit over his head. I think since Gaethje came to the UFC, he has stepped his game up. I don't think Chandler's ready for it. Look at the opponents he's been going through. I mean, he lost to Khabib. Yeah. That don't count.
What about you, Chad? How do you see this one? Two heavy hitters here.
Yeah, I see the same thing, man. I think I don't know a whole lot about Chandler, but from what I've seen, he tries to go in and get it done in the first round. And it is UFC. You are throwing hands. Everybody does have chins and can get caught. But I've seen Gaethje weather some massive storms from some top UFC guys for several times, and I just don't think Chandler is going to go in there and get him away in the first round. And after that, I think Gaethje's going. I think what he said in the press conference was true. Chandler's going to turn into a wrestler real quick when Gaethje starts finding his rhythm and his timing on Chandler and starts landing them bombs. It's, I mean, even I've heard too many UFC fighters talk about Justin Gaethje. I mean, even Khabib. You look at Khabib's interviews, and he said when Justin Gaethje hits you, it's something different. I mean, he drops even his legs kicks, everything. He drops bombs, and he starts finding that rhythm and starts touching Chandler a little bit. He's going to try to turn into a wrestler real quick. And I believe Gaethje has a wrestling background, and he was able to stuff Khabib a couple times. But I mean, Khabib's Khabib. You're only going to get a couple of those. But Chandler's nowhere on Khabib's level. And so I think it's over with for him. He's too well-rounded.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Matt.
I think if Chandler comes in like Chandler does on Justin Gaethje, he's going to give Justin Gaethje exactly what he needs to shine, because that's where he shines, is in the brawl. He comes up throwing them things. If you don't get met with them things, I think Gaethje got this. I'm ready to see it.
I couldn't agree with you guys more. I mean, both of these guys hit like Mack trucks. I mean, Gaethje is more of a guy that'll break you down. He will destroy your leg. The leg kicks are disgusting. And then he takes your head off your shoulders, separates you from consciousness. I've seen it several times. But I will say this. Both of these guys, and most recently Michael Chandler, you saw him on the cusp of a UFC championship, but I think he blew his wad in the first round trying to take Oliveira out, and Oliveira came in calm and composed and handled his damn business and got that belt wrapped around his waist and his hand raised. But with that being said, Justin Gaethje, for all it's worth, he was undefeated in the World Series of Fighting before he came to the UFC. All right, his moniker is the highlight for a reason. He is a damn highlight. You know what I mean? From the fight to the backflip he does off the cage after a victory. But he has been taken out. Yes, he was taken out by, I believe, Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, but he has rebounded. I think his coach, Trevor Whitman, has got him more focused, more honed in on the task at hand, not to get in a wild, crazy brawl, not to take so many, to give some. And again, I agree with you guys because Chandler has been stopped by a lot less formidable competition. Okay, he's lost several times in Bellator. All right, the B League, if you will, and and like I said, we just saw him come in and fall short against Oliveira. Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I think Gaethje comes in here and destroys Chandler's legs.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Right, destroys his legs, which really Chandler's an All-American wrestler as well. But I think when your leg is compromised, it really takes away your tools. So again, Chad, I believe you said this. Gaethje is so well-rounded, and I think that's what gets him the victory. And I don't see this going the distance. Anything to add before we move on to the next battle?
No, I think you're right.
Ground game. We ain't seen Gaethje's ground game much. I would love to see his ground game for see what he can do.
I think you're gonna get that this fight.
It's a high possibility, gentlemen. I mean, Gaethje historically uses his wrestling prowess as defensively. All right, he uses it defensively. He wants to keep the fight standing. Couldn't do that against Khabib, but Khabib is relentless. Okay,
right.
So yeah, I don't. Again, Chad, you said this again. Chandler's not on the caliber of a Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I just think Gaethje's been in there with a lot stiffer competition than what he's going to face Saturday night.
Yeah, like you said, Chandler's been stopped before, but he's also been stopped in, like you said, the B League. No disrespect to them guys, but considered it's widely accepted compared to the UFC, that is the B League. Gaethje has been stopped by what would widely be accepted as legends of the UFC. You know, absolutely. Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier, who is about to fight for the title. And then if you look at their fight, they freaking brawled. I think Gaethje's corner and his training camp would have been very foolish if they haven't went in with the game plan to destroy Chandler's leg. Every time Chandler steps in to try to get that little chihuahua go hard method he uses, every time he gets close, I would tell Gaethje to chop his leg. Bow! Every time. Bow! I'm talking about every time. And once he gets Chandler to kind of set down a little bit, I think that's when Gaethje's going to start letting them hands go. Top.
And then that leg up too.
Oh yeah, he's got a very wide stance, and he's scrambling, trying to get his hands on you and swinging wide, just shoot, and Gaethje's tight. You know, he's going to shoot, boot. I think that's what's going to happen. And again, defensively, I think Chandler's going. When he does try to take him down, that's when you'll see some of Gaethje's ground game, but it's strictly going to be to get up. You know, he's going to try to stuff it, get back up to the feet, and say, this is where you're going to fight me, right here on the feet. And that's not what Chandler wants, not with Justin Gaethje.
Absolutely. I mean, Gaethje's definitely got the tools to get the job done. I mean, they both do. It's a fight. It's going to be a great fight, I think. But yeah, Gaethje's got the tools to get the job done, and I think he's more methodical than that of Michael Chandler. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and transition to the next bout on the card. I don't know if you guys would be as familiar with these two, but coming in, you got Shane Burgos, and he's going against Billy Quarantillo. Now, Quarantillo is newer to the fight game, so you guys can just go off of their styles. Like, Quarantillo wins fights based on cardio. Okay, his job or his method of fighting is to pressure his opponent and take him out once they're tired. And Burgos coming in, he's got cardio for days, but the man is a brawler. I don't know if you guys saw Shane Burgos versus Josh Emmitt. Now that fight was an absolute war. Okay.
Yeah.
Burgos lost the fight, but it was Josh Emmitt who left on the stretcher. He went to the hospital, not Burgos. So the man has dynamite in his hands. He's tough as nails, and he's going against a relative newer up and comer. Matt, I'll start with you on this one. How do you got this fight playing out?
I was telling Chad about this earlier. I couldn't think of Burgos' name until you said it. He got my respect about the time he started fighting Josh Emmitt and stuff. I remember that. I was telling Chad, yeah, I think the newcomer is going to get schooled a little bit. With he's gonna have to be tough as hell to make it through this fight. This dude ain't gonna stop. He's gonna keep hitting, and he digs hard. He's got some dangerous leg kicks too.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, I give it to him. I hadn't seen him fight in a little minute though, but yeah,
I don't think he's competed.
I got my money on him.
I don't think he's competed since that fight, but he might. Oh, actually, he did. His last fight, I believe, and I'll look it up right quick. I believe he did fight Edson Barboza, and I believe he was taken out in that fight in his last bout. So, I mean, he's been by Barboza. Chad, I give it to you. How do you got this one playing out?
It's interesting because you got two cardio guys, and one of the cardio guys not only has cardio, but he has hands, and not just hands, like you said, dynamite hands. So with that factor, most of the time, it's rarely like this. Most of the time you have cardio versus heavy hands or something like that. You got a Nick Diaz and a Robbie Lawler in the past fight, not the recent one, but the past one. And generally, if you have a well-rounded cardio guy, because of that, he's able to withstand until the later rounds, and that's generally when they start pulling off. This one is interesting because they're both cardio guys, so you can't really bank on that. So if I had to take an educated guess, I would definitely have to go with the cardio and the dynamite hands because you have the extra added factor. When you do get into the later rounds, even though your cardio doesn't mean you're not going to get tired. You do get tired, but you're able to continue going a little bit. But when you get tired, you are a little more susceptible to those knockout touches on the chin. So I think it's going to go. I think they're going to brawl. I think they're going to cardio it out for, until the later round. And then I could see dude getting touched on the chin.
I mean, if we're just going to sit here and agree with each other, I mean, we can just say that right off the bat because I couldn't agree with you guys more. I believe Shane Burgos is just simply going to land the more significant fights, and Quarantillo, who tries to use his cardio and back his opponent up with volume, I think once he gets a taste of Burgos' power, the game plan's going to go out of the damn window. All right. So
if Homeboy beats Burgos, he instantly is going to be on my radar. So this is a fight he needs to win, honestly. Like, this is it for him. I bet you he's got a lot of pressure on him. I hope that don't play a factor. I think we're going to see a good fight here. I think every fight's good in this one. Really.
This is a great card. Last thing I'll say before we move to the next bout is this is a big fight for both of them. Quarantillo's looking to further make his name off of Burgos, and Burgos is trying to keep his name spot as one of the top tier fighters in the division. But we're gonna move to the next fight. I didn't even know this fight was on the card. This is how stacked this card was. You got the answer Frankie Edgar returning after his devastating defeat to one Corey Sandman Sandhagen, the flying knee. I know you guys saw the highlights. And he's going in there against Marlon Chito Vera. And Marlon Vera, yes, he lost to Jose Aldo, but what he did do was take out the very, very hot prospect and Sugar Sean O'Malley. So you got these two hooking it up. I'm going to go to you first, Chad. You got the answer getting it done, or does Marlon Vera create another upset Saturday night?
I think Edgar, man. I mean, yeah, he got caught with that flying knee, but if you just look at his track record, what is Frankie Edgar's hole in his game? What's his hole? It's not his cardio. It's not his wrestling. It's not his hands. So, I mean, you don't have a hole. You talk about that's why he has sustained as long as he has in the UFC, and that's why when you say his name, it holds the weight it does in the UFC because he's an OG in the game for a reason. He doesn't have a hole. He got caught in the UFC with a knee, but that's what happens if you're in the game as long as he has been in the game. But you've not just seen him go out and just get dog walked by anybody ever. You know what I mean? He's always been in the fight. He's brawled. If you beat Frankie Edgar, you earn it. The other dude beat Sean O'Malley, but I mean, I like Sugar Show, but I mean, I just don't think he's Frankie Edgar. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he's been in the game as long. I don't think he's fought the names Frankie Edgar has. I just see the experience Frankie Edgar doing it.
All right, I give it to you, Matt.
I give Frankie Edgar that. I don't see Marlon Vera being able to jump on Frankie too early. I don't see him catching his timing and stuff with Frankie too early. I think Frankie's gonna get him on that, and I think that's the only thing he's gonna be able to do is right there in the beginning is catch him. If he don't, it's over with. I think Edgar all the way. He's too skilled. He's a legend, like he said. His only hole in his game is he's too damn short to fight at 155 pounds, to be honest with you. And that he belongs up there. The dude is good. I mean, if you think about it, he was fighting giants in that weight class, and now he's down here with somebody closer to his size. If he ever gets it together real good, it's over with.
All right, let me go ahead.
Be caught, man. He can be caught. He was caught last time, and if this guy catches him.
I'm wondering about his chin because after you take a knee like he did, we'll find out. That's kind of the only thing I'm waiting for. Check the chin.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. He is long in the tooth, if you will. Let me start out by saying this about Frankie Edgar. We mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned how long he's been in the game. A long damn time. He's been in the game, you know what I mean, during the Condom Depot sponsorship days. You know what I mean? He was the lightweight champion of the world. You know, we saw the wars he had with the bully Gray Maynard, where he historically gets hurt early, but has the heart and the will and presence of mind to stay composed and get the job done. I mean, he is a top-tier fighter and has been for a very, very long time, arguably his entire fucking career. So, with respect to Jose Aldo, respect to my boy, this is the biggest name, that established name that he's faced. Edgar, his chin might be war-worn, okay? He's been through wars, obviously. He's been taken out by not just Corey Sandhagen, but also he was also taken out by T-City, Brian Ortega. So his chin, he usually gets hurt, comes back, wins the fight in that way against those heavy hitters. But I think he gets back to his fundamentals. All right, he's got great boxing, but rewind back to the Yair Rodriguez fight. Yair Rodriguez is a very, very dynamic striker. All right, definitely the better striker when he fought Edgar. But what happened in that fight? Edgar took him to the ground, disarmed him, and got his ass out of there. And for the good things that Marlon Chito Vera has done in this sport, respect to him as well. He's not a guy that's gonna just knock you straight out. He doesn't have one punch knockout power. He just don't. I know it's a fight, but his body of work thus far doesn't show me that his hands are that devastating. He defeated O'Malley, as I mentioned, but it was on the ground with punches and elbows. It was a TKO. He got the job done. I think he gets taken down, and I think he gets schooled on the ground, and I think Edgar finds his way back in the damn winner's circle. And you guys ain't got anything?
Jiu-jitsu ain't on Frankie Edgar's level of wrestling. And a great wrestler is a jiu-jitsu killer. A decent wrestler, jiu-jitsu all the way, but he ain't ready for the answer. He's got the answer.
I think you're right, buddy.
I think he's got the answer. But he's took
Chad,
a lot of damage. I mean,
yeah, he has taken a lot of damage.
Yeah. I want to see him get it done. For sure. I think that's interesting to that weight class too. He wins, that definitely puts new fights, new exciting fights right there for him and other people too. Definitely, I need him to win.
I'd like for him to win as well. Chad, you got anything to add to this? I just hope Edgar wins and light that spark under him, especially in this weight class. I think that would really instill in him like this is a new path for me. It could open up a lot of doors mentally for him. Like, okay, it's going to be a fresh start for him, and just another boost in that confidence, and just to keep a guy like that in the game a little bit longer. I'd love to see that.
All right, well put. I'll close it by saying this: Edgar's on his third weight class. He was champion at lightweight. He fought for the title a few times at featherweight, and now he's at his real weight class at bantamweight. Arguably the weight class he should have been fighting at to begin with. So hopefully he has a good showing here, as we all want, and gets it done. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the co-main event. Yes, there's a strap on the line. It is the women's strawweight title. Thug Rose Namajunas coming in there against Zhang Weili, trying to get her belt back. Matt, who you like in this one?
Bro, I'm going USA all the way, man.
All the way.
All the way. Rose is just like that little quiet, man. She's nervous. She cites the Lord's Prayer when they in her face, and, she got to take herself away from all that drama. But when you get in there and touch her, you better be ready. Joanna wasn't ready. She got dumped on her head. That's about all I can say that really happened in that fight, because she, in my eyes, was winning that fight up to that point. I think the old girl is just a little overrated. I think she ain't ready for Rose. She better been over there training hard. Rose is coming.
Chad?
Hat Berry, don't piss me off. I'm coming for Rose, me and her.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Matt, and that's something I just can't not like Rose, man. She's so humble. She's grinded. I mean, they all have, but I can just relate to her story so much, and I can relate to how she carries herself. I can relate to a lot of what Matt says about her. When it comes to fight time and crunch time, it's like you have those people kind of like Mike Tyson or maybe even Conor McGregor or the Diaz brothers. That's just who they are. That's how they walk. That's their everyday mentality. Me or Rose are not that type. We have the capability, but we're more, drawn back. Hey, let's work this out. You know what I'm saying? Don't push me against the ring. She's almost like that raccoon you back into the corner, and then you go to grab it. You think, oh, they submit, and then you go to grab that raccoon if you want to. About that time, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how me and Rose are. So I relate to that so much. That's her whole mentality is, this is the business. I want to be the best. And then when it comes crunch time, you start feeling the nerves. I think it's a lot more, if she's anything like me, it's a lot more of self-put on pressure, because she has this image in her mind of that who she wants to be. She wants to be the champion. She wants to be on top. She's not worried about what the fans say, just like I'm not worried about what he says or she says. I don't want to lose what I've worked so hard for, my reputation, everything I've earned. You know what I'm saying? So every time me and her get into something, it's like we put all on the line. I don't want to lose that, and I relate to that, and I think more times than not, that inner gumption has what's gotten me through a couple of my brawls through my life. Is when it comes down to y'all really throwing blows, and it's boom, 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 both blow for blow. It's that it's in the moment while you're getting punched in the face, you're talking to yourself saying you're about to lose this. You know what I'm saying? And you're about to lose everything that you've worked so hard for. Your reputation is about to be going out the window. Everybody's going to see you as just a normal human now and not the guy that you've been painted to be. And once you hear that in your head, there's just something that comes and you get an extra boom. And I think Rose has dug down a couple of times throughout her career and found that inner voice in the midst of a fight or pressing into a fight. When she fought that other girl, Joanna Chachik or whatever, when all that was happening, I think she went through a moment of that. You know, she went through a moment of this is about to be the one, you know, and she dug down, she found that, and she used it as fuel. So I'm going for her all the way, man.
Here we go again. We're all gonna echo the same sentiment all the way the fuck out of here. I just feel it.
Birds of a feather flock together, baby.
There you go. I also relate to that, to one Rose Namajunas, because in her last fight, I believe, before the fight, during the introductions, during Bruce Buffer's iconic introductions, she spoke to herself, I'm the best, you know what I mean? I'm the champion. And she sat there and made it happen. All right. The reason why I relate is because I remember during a big wrestling tournament. All right. I was wrestling a guy that was ranked in the state. I was off the radar. Okay. Off the radar. And before the match, I was talking to myself. I was like, you got this. You're a beast. He can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? He got you. All right. The universe is a crazy place. All right. Conceive, believe, achieve. That shit's real. All right. And I went out there and wrestled my damn ass off and got my hand raised, just like Rose did. So I relate to her as well. She's an emotional fighter. She cares a hell of a lot about this fight. I'm picking Rose, obviously, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm picking Rose. Wei Lee, hot prospect. Everybody was on the train when Jessica Andrade decided to get on a plane, fly across the country to Wei Lee's stomping ground and got taken out in the first round devastatingly. All right, so rewind. She fights Wei Lee. She fights Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Absolute war, fight of the year contender. Might even have won the damn thing. All right, fight of the year. Great. Wei Lee got her hand raised in a fight that could have went either way. I know you can't do MMA match. I know that's not a thing. I know it doesn't always compute, but what I will say is that Rose is just the best here. She is the best. She's already defeated Joanna Jędrzejczyk not once, but twice, and the fights were not close. They were not close. Rose came in to the Wei Lee fight as the underdog, and I'm putting my money on that all day long. I mean, I just knew she's a problem on the feet and a problem on the ground as well.
Mhm.
She's definitely the most well-rounded fighter in the division and definitely in this fight. So yes, going with Thug Rose because that's a smart play. She wins here. I would bet all of King Midas's gold on this. Like she wins. And
then you hear what Colby Covington says, you know, training near not Usman, but Rose and training around him, and he talks about like when you're around her, it makes you think, am I working hard enough? Because that's how hard she works. You know, she's there early, leaves late. And the whole time she's training, it's like, daggum, you know, she's really putting it out there. So come on, Rose.
Yeah, let's go Thug Rose. I'm saying I hope you get it done, but like I said, I know you're gonna get it done.
Right.
Let's go ahead and move on to the main event. The last fight we're gonna cover here. You got the Nigerian Nightmare, the undisputed welterweight champion coming in here. All right, and he's facing a past foe in Colby Chaos Covington, who gave Kamaru his toughest fight in the UFC. All right, before I ask you guys your opinion on this, I'm going to play this soundbite from the press conference. I'm going to get you guys' reaction. Then we're going to decide who we got in this one. But here's the soundbite.
For Kamaru, please. Fighting Colby obviously is a unique challenge, especially pre-fight. You know, the trash talk, everything you got to deal with. Second time around, I'm just kind of wondering how your mindset is, especially when he's, you know, throwing out drug accusations and things like that. I mean, are you able to get past it, or does it make it personal for you?
No, I love it. I've said it. I appreciate everything that he does, everything that he comes with. I love it because it's another challenge for me to get over. And, you know, at this point in life, at this point in my career, I look forward to those challenges. On Saturday night, you know, I'll do what I do best, and that's smash another challenge.
Hey, Kamaru, I know you don't like the guy personally, obviously, but do you agree with the assessment that he is the most difficult matchup for you, that he has the best style to compete with you? Do you give him that?
I wouldn't say the most difficult matchup. I would say that he's very, very talented. I give him props. You know, he's very, very talented. You know, he works hard and he comes to fight each and every time. But like I've said before, in the era where he existed, he has to live with the fact that somebody was there that was better.
Colby, if I could for you, please. Listen, you admitted that you were a little too emotional last time out, right? That was the problem. I'm just curious how you manage that, especially against the guy that you clearly don't like. How do you manage those emotions on fight night to change the result this time around?
John, you were getting real slick with me yesterday. You're a clickbait merchant. You were saying I was undeserving and didn't deserve to be up here. Well, guess what? You're undeserving of getting an answer from me. If you want an answer from me, get down and give me 10 push-ups right now. Get on your hands and knees. What? What a question. 10 push-ups, flabby butt.
Easy there, killer. Easy there.
All these years.
Enunciate.
Shut up, Marty. They didn't come to see you, bitch.
Enunciate. Easy there. Easy.
Hey, Marty.
Take it slow.
Hey, Marty.
Breathe.
Is your
Count
daddy
to
the
three.
jailbird coming on Saturday night?
Breathe.
I got to hook up with law enforcement. If you want me to call his parole officer, I'll make sure he can come on Saturday night. You want me to make sure?
Yes.
Damn artist, man, I feel so bad for Miss
Could you please do that?
Think about that. She's got a cheating ass son and she's got a scammer ass husband. That must be shitty in that household.
Oh, thank you. Could you please make that phone call? Please, I need him here to watch you get your face broken this time.
What? The only thing that was broken is you broke your daddy out of jail.
Oh, really? Okay,
Hey,
why did you go back to your corner in the third round and tell your corner, I think my jaw's broken?
Tell me what happened
because you
to that
wanted them
hairline.
to save you.
Tell me, hey,
you wanted
tell me,
your coaches
why were you
to
gonna be
save
faking
you.
nut shots again?
You wanted
Hey, there
them
ain't gonna be
to
two
save
people in there
you.
fighting me on Saturday night. You ain't gonna have
Who wanted a way out?
Mark Notso-Goddard ain't gonna save you tonight on Saturday night.
Tonight or Saturday night? Which one is it?
Hey, both of them. Let's go right now. Let's go right now.
Let's all sit down. You know you're not going to do
you
shit.
need to make sure his
just like I read
chemistry's
up
right
on you
for Saturday
backstage.
night.
And what did
Marty
you do?
Usman, the CEO of EPO.
Kobe, please tell the people why you went back to your corner in the third round and told your coaches, I think my jaw's broken.
Please tell
because
people
you wanted
why
a
you
way
faked
out.
the nut shot. I kicked you in the liver.
Shut
You're
up.
ready to
You
quit.
wanted your way out.
You're about to quit, bitch. I'm your daddy. You're a bitch. You were ready to quit. Why'd you fake a nut shot? Why were you faking an eye poke on the other eye? The camera can see you're a terrible actor, bro. You were faking the other eye. That's truth.
Can I
Look at
answer
the
you?
camera.
Can I answer you?
Answer.
Listen, if he's saying that I was faking this or faking that to get out of the fight, but I didn't. I stayed in the fight and I broke your fucking jaw.
You took a fake timeout. The only thing you broke is your daddy out of prison. Where's that jailbird at? Is he in the building? We need the scam artist here, just like his son.
I'm waiting for you to make the phone call so he can be here on Saturday to watch you get your other fucking eye broken.
He's gonna see you get your face broken on Saturday night. That's facts, Junior. Hey, we saw the photos yesterday. What's all those injection marks around your stomach, bro? Man, those look bad, dude. I saw you with Gaethje. You look like shit, man. How many, dude, you can't cover the chemical imbalance in your body, bro. You got acne and craters all over your face and back,
This is another grown man up here talking about another grown man's body. Colby, is there something you want to tell us?
Disgusting.
You want
Filthy
to come
animal,
out of the
man.
closet and tell us
Filthy
something?
animal. Hey, the thing to do in New York City is throw trash on de Blasio's lawn. Saturday night, I'm going to throw this trash bag on de Blasio's lawn. When Marty gets locked in that cage with me on Saturday night, he's going to be shitting in his pants like his name's Joe Biden. Hashtag Poopgate.
Shut your mouth. They asked
Shut
Dana
your
a
bitch ass
question.
up. I say you could talk. Nobody wants to hear you, man. You're throwing pay-per-views out the window, bro. Just shut up. You're a virgin.
You got another question?
Yeah. That's the kind of suit a virgin would wear right up there.
Yeah. Greetings, nerds and virgins.
Actually, Kamaru, I was curious. What is your opinion on Colby's suit? You're a guy who likes fashion. What do you make of it?
Of his fashion?
Yeah, of his suit.
Come on, man. You know,
He's too ugly to wear something like this. Come on, dude.
once
Look at
again,
that dude. He's
another
ugly
man
as
talking
fuck.
about another man's body, his beauty, the way he looks. Colby, is there something you want to tell us?
That's the best you got, bro? Come on. That's the best you got? Come on, man. Everybody knows I get the finest mamacitas in all the land.
Colby, before the first fight, it was obviously very personal, and you're saying a lot of personal things today. Has the animosity between you got worse because it took you so long to get this rematch?
Yeah, because he avoided this rematch at all costs. Uncle Dana in the UFC had to force his hand. He was trying to fight other lightweights. He was trying to fight Nate Diaz. He wanted to fight anybody but this rematch. He knows who Daddy is. He knows who really won that fight. If he didn't fake timeouts the first fight, I would have destroyed him. But it's okay. I'm glad better late than never. I don't live in the past. Saturday night's the future, and I'm destroying Marty Fake Newsman.
Kamaru, for you, is there any part of you that appreciates Colby? Because at the end of the day, this is getting more attention for the fight and making you more money.
Absolutely. Like I said, I appreciate all my children, and he is my son.
That's why he ran away from me for so long. I'm such his son. He would have ran and signed the dotted line right away if I was Street Judas Masvidal, that journeyman. He loves fighting journeymen.
First question's for Colby Covington. You wanted to fight Kamaru Usman in this building the first time you guys fought. What makes Madison Square Garden so iconic? And when you think of iconic events, what comes to mind?
Yeah, when I think about Madison Square Garden, I think about, the Rolling Stones, Hulkamania. I think about Muhammad Ali, and now Colby Covington. What do all those have in common? Legends, icons, Hall of Famers, world class. And what makes fighting in this city so great is they've had to put up with so much shit with Governor Nipple Rings and that clown chew Mayor de Blasio. I'm putting on a show for you all you Saturday night. That's why I'm the people's champ. I love you all, filthy animals.
If you get your hand raised Saturday evening, do you expect the immediate rematch for the trilogy fight?
I'll be ready for the trilogy right away, but after I'm done with Marty Saturday night, he's done. He's gonna retire and he's not gonna wanna fight me again.
And Kamaru, the champion, after this fight's all said and through, how would you consider yourself among all the icons in combat sports that fought in this building?
I mean, it's going to be spectacular. I mean, what tops what we just did in April? This tops that. So this will definitely go down in the history books as one of the most special events of my career.
Dana, would this rematch have happened a lot sooner, the main event, if Colby hadn't suffered a broken jaw?
Was that for me?
Yes.
Would you ask me?
Yes, Dana. I said, would this rematch have happened a lot sooner if Colby hadn't suffered a broken jaw?
Hadn't
Suffer a broken jaw, Junior. If you go look on the internet, the X-ray that they put out there, hey, well, you realize it would be a HIPAA violation if he said something like that.
Is that a serious question to me?
All right. We'll move on to something else. Kamaru, in Jacksonville, you had this same reaction when you fought Masvidal.
Ooh,
are you going to put up the same type of fight
out of this arena
on Saturday at the Mecca?
I think, Jacksonville, it was something special about that. It was the first fight back with all the fans, so we had to give the fans a treat. And now, getting to actually headline an event here at Madison Square Garden, I feel something special coming on Saturday night.
Kamaru.
Yeah, you getting your ass whooped.
Kamaru, How big is the real estate that you have in this guy's head? He can't go 10 seconds without talking about you.
Oh, he said it was, he didn't have me on his mind at all time, but I'm all he could talk about. I'm all he could talk about. I've been living up there, taking a shit up there, pissing all up there in his head. And Saturday night, I'll separate him from consciousness.
Colby, over here. How would it feel to lose to this guy again on Saturday in front of your fans?
I just want to thank all the first responders of New York and all the first responders of America. God bless you guys. Thank you for keeping us free, keeping us safe. You know, you guys have been villainized, and you guys are the bad guys. That's how they try and paint you. But I want to tell you, you're the real celebrities of America. You're the real heroes. Thank you to the first responders. God bless you.
You know, we wanted to start the night with a bang, keep it going with another big bang, and then close it off with the big bang.
That's right, baby. It's going to be a bang. We bringing the bang to New York City, baby. Shout out to Jack Owalk and Bang Energy. We're going to bounce this dude's head off the canvas on Saturday night.
Fuck Bang Energy. Shout out to Pro Subs.
Yeah, shut it up, dude. No one wants to hear you talk, man.
And for both Colby and Kamaru, it was almost 2 years ago today that you guys did your first press conference face-off on this exact stage. How do you think the relationship between you two has evolved since then? Colby, you can go first.
No love lost, man. He's still a cheater. You know, he's still a cheating coward, the CEO of EPO. So, you know, I'm going to expose him on Saturday night. I'm going to give the people what they want. They want this clown out of there. They want a real champion. I'm going to be a real champion for the people.
It's changed a lot because I actually grew a little bit of appreciation for the guy.
Question for Colby. Colby, great color scheme today, by the way. Colby, we are here at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, where the greatest of all time became the greatest of all time. From Muhammad Ali to GSP, right here. And in 2 days, you get a chance to step inside that cage, and they will lock the door, and you will attempt to take that belt violently from that man by any means necessary. My question to you is, if you were to somehow lose this fight, will you agree?
Yo, one sec.
Will you agree right now?
Yo, one sec. You look like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. And it makes sense, because you got diarrhea at the mouth, son! Get out of my arena! Get out of here!
If you were to lose this fight...
Get this clown out of the building!
If you were to lose this fight, do you agree right now to allow an independent medical team to look at your x-rays from 2019 to determine once and for all whether or not that man broke your face?
Yo, where'd you get your suit from? JC
Do you agree, yes or no?
I came here on a G5.
Do you agree, yes or no?
This chain costs more than your house,
Your
son.
suit looks
This
like an
chain costs more than
airbrush
your
license
fucking house.
plate
Get this clown
from
out of the
Myrtle
building.
Beach.
Get this clown out of here, man.
Why are you
like a
ducking
bottle
the
of
question?
Pepto-Bismol. Diarrhea of the fucking mouth.
The question?
Diarrhea of the mouth. Get this
Answer
guy
the
out.
question. If you lose the fight, will you allow the x-rays to be released to prove whether or not your jaw was broken?
I want to give a special thank you to Luigi Girardi. He designed this great suit. Luigi Girardi. Hey, Ricardo Suarez, you made the art of this, the painting. I am the king of Miami, so shout out to Luigi Girardi, best tailor in the world.
This question is for Kamaru Usman. I was here with Chad Ochocinco in April, and I tried to convince him. I tried to tell him to take you, to ride with you. Unfortunately, he didn't. But he sent me back to get his money back. So I want to know, the people from BR Betting want to know, are we going to get the job done this Saturday?
I'm going to say the same thing that I said last time. You know, just like Wesley Snipes said, you always bet on black.
Yes, sir.
That sounds pretty racist to me.
Oh, you would definitely know.
Actually, I don't know about that. The only race I know is the color green and when it goes in my bank account.
If you had a lot of zeros in your bank account, you wouldn't be wearing that trash-ass suit.
This suit costs more than your car, son, so you better sit down and stop wearing the little cheetah leopard print over there. I'm surprised you didn't bring the bed sheets back out. Your mom used to dress you up in bed sheets. What happened to those?
I got more money, more than you.
Yeah, right. You're right, Justin. Chaos is in the building.
You're a bitch.
Hey, man, you don't have any brain cells left, man. You should probably stop talking, man. You sound so illiterate over there.
Shut the fuck up. No brain cells talking about people's family.
All right, I'm going to take 2 more questions.
Okay, Usman, is it hard to respect someone like Colby, the way he goes after personal issues? Like, how do you stay so calm?
No, as a competitor, no, it's not hard. I love what he brings to the table. He pushed me, last time, and I expect that from him this time. But as a person, he's a rotten piece of shit. And I can't believe his father let him put this persona on.
He's my father's not in prison. Scamming everybody.
He won't
scamming everybody out of their hard-earned money. These people work their asses off. All these blue-collar Americans, and you're gonna scam them, take millions of dollars. Did you pay back all his fees?
Don't worry.
He needs to get that shit paid back.
Saturday night.
Disgusting. Despicable.
I'm looking at your dad over here in the corner. Very respectable man, and I can just tell he's embarrassed each and every time you open your mouth.
You got another question? One more.
All right, guys. Thanks for sitting through that. It was kind of lengthy, but we got through it. Obviously, there's a lot of heat between these guys. I mean, if I'm not Dr. Obvious, Mr. Obvious or whatever, but we can all see that. The guys don't like each other. All right, and a lot of personal things were said, mostly on the side of Colby Covington. Colby did give Kamaru his toughest fight. That's true. He's got cardio. He's got wrestling. Both of them are world fucking class. All right, Chad, I'm going to go to you first on this one. I mean, this is a big damn fight. What do you got in this one?
Very big. You cannot doubt that you can't turn a blind eye to Usman's accomplishments. I mean, the win streak he's on, the wrestler, the cardio. He's recently showed his hands. He's solid. I mean, he's a champion for a reason. I like that about him. He is a solid UFC fighter. There's a few things I will say about. He said something in an interview recently about his accomplishments, and he alluded to how much longer he can do this, and that he's already thinking about, retirement. How much longer can I do this? How much? So, and then you stack that with his win streak. Okay. And it reminds me of John Jones. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is it sounds like with all that being said, it could seem as though he's gonna try to be more and more careful. I just need to solidify the wins, okay? And he's always been a careful fighter. He's never really been the exciting, explosive, like Conor McGregor, or the Khabib. Even though Khabib was a wrestler, and a lot of UFC fighters don't like to sit there and watch just rolling around wrestling. That wasn't Khabib. He took you down and mauled you. The GSP, he was a wrestler. Took you down and mauled you. He's not been that just exploding, exciting kind of champion. Usman has just always been very methodical, very careful, stayed a little bit up on the points. That way, if it did go to decision, and look for those itty-bitty moments to solidify it so it don't have to go to decision. Now, what I'm saying is you take an already careful fighter that doesn't look for the explosive finish. Yes, he got Masvidal the way he did, but that's one fight, with the retirement and all that other, and his win streak and all that other in the back of his head, I'm thinking I just see an upset coming here, because now on the flip side of that, you have Colby Covington hungry, pissed off, felt cheated. He's going to come out brawling. He's going to come out leaving it on the line. He's going to try to make a statement. I think when you take two very close caliber fighters like that, that's what's going to give him the edge. I feel like he's going to go for and put forth a little more, leave it out there a little bit. It could get him caught. But I just feel like that's what's going to do it for him. He's in his mind, he's got nothing to lose. Usman, because if you look at John Jones's track record, he was explosive. Just blew up on the scene, dominating everybody. But then look at his past 2 or 3 fights where he's just edged out. He didn't go in there doing the early John Jones, spinning elbows, back fist, all that. That wasn't the same John Jones. He was careful. Oh, now I got to solidify my win streak, my undefeated. And it started. Those fights got closer and closer and closer to him arguably losing to Reyes. People have different opinions on that fight. So I think that's what's going to give Colby the edge on this one. Super hard to call, though. Super hard to call.
Absolutely. Matt, how you got this one playing out?
I don't know how to pick this, honestly. Like Chad said, I think Colby sees his win, had a little taste of everybody in his ear about how he might have been winning the fight up to he lost. He thinks he can get it done in his head and heart. He's going to try. He's going as far as, and he's an attention whore. He's going to cause drama no matter anywhere he goes. That's why he pays for pussy, you know what I'm saying, when he's talking shit. But in reality, he's got a problem in front of him. I think Usman really don't want to face Covington, honestly, because he did feel like he needed it, that pressure. I don't think Covington's in his head. Usman called him a fucking virgin. This dude's talking about his dad. But I bet you don't punish his ass for that. And I honestly would like to see it. I don't really like Covington, but I gotta give it to Covington. He could win this fight. That's also top of that, so I have to find out.
All right, well, so you guys are both going with the dog here and Colby Covington, is that right?
I mean, yeah. It's super hard to call, man. It's such a toss up, dude. I won't be betting on it. I can tell you that. I don't know.
All right, well, I mean, you guys both raised good points. What I will say is this: they both have cardio and they both have world-class wrestling. If I had to give the cardio edge to one of them, I'm going to give it to Covington because Kamaru comes in carrying a lot of muscle on him. That's not the recipe for a strong cardio game, but he's had a strong cardio game thus far. Is it the level of Colby Covington's? I think it falls a little short, but I think Colby Covington's striking falls a little short to Usman's. So in the first fight, it was pretty much a stand-up war until things got dicey in the last round. Neither one of these guys decided to use their wrestling. And when one of them did, Colby being that, the fight was over. So you guys raised good points. Colby is hungry. He's wanting to put a stamp on his gimmick. He doesn't want to feel like he's doing all these theatrics for no damn reason. He wants to, say that I was right all the time. He's put that narrative out there that if Kamaru wouldn't have the eye poke, took the breaks, that he was on the cusp of taking him out. And you got to have that. You got to have that as a fighter. I mean, you got to have that in your mind that I'm still the best, and the only reason why this guy beat me is because of X, Y, or Z. It's you want to maintain the mentality of invincibility. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to disagree with you guys on the winner here, just simply because Colby Covington, for as great as he is and for as much as he's evolved, if you look back at his record, I mean, I know it was years ago, but the guy was defeated by Worley Alves, a guy that's been beat by Kamaru Usman, a guy that, will never fight for a UFC title, and I don't even think he's still in the promotion. All right, a lot of Colby's wins are against guys that Kamaru already tenderized and took their soul. RDA, Damian Maia, Tyron Woodley. Like, okay, he's got great wins. There's some names on his resume. All right, but I just feel like Kamaru Usman being the guy that will have the better striking coming in, and I think better wrestling as well. I mean, better wrestling enough to throw off Colby Covington's takedowns. And I just think he gets him out of there. I think, okay, Henry Hoopt was Kamaru's old striking coach. All right, he's a great striking coach. But Kamaru, when he fought Gilbert Burns, changed gyms, and now he's being trained by Trevor Whitman. I think Trevor cleaned up a lot. I think Trevor really does his homework and gets his fighters prepared. I mean, he's got 3 fighters fighting in huge fights Saturday night. Rose Namajunas, Justin Gaethje, and Kamaru Usman, all on the same damn card.
Facts.
I don't think what Kamaru Usman has shown us, he's looked better and better every single time. All right,
Facts.
He's looked better and better. And Chad, he was out there saying about he might not have a lot of time left in the sport. He did comment that he did counter that by saying it's not that he doesn't have a lot left in the sport, it's that he knows when it's time to go. Who do I got here? Like I said, I disagree with you guys. I got Kamaru Usman keeping his belt. The man has never been defeated in the UFC. Colby has. This man has a lot to lose, as you put, Chad. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The belt, the winning streak, hell, his pride.
Right.
Do you want to have some guy step in there and say all of the foul things he did about you and your family and then beat your ass on the night? No. So both of these guys don't want to lose this fight. All right? And Colby sure as hell don't want to lose again. But like Kamaru Usman said, for as great as Colby Covington is or has become, he's going to have to live with the fact that the time where he existed, there was just somebody that was better. And that's Kamaru Usman. And I think he'll go down as the greatest welterweight champion of all time and surpass that of George Rush St. Pierre. And I only say that because I just think he's fighting stiffer competition.
All I'm saying is neither one of them really want to smoke right here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'll fight.
And you guys got anything else to add before we go ahead and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, I want to know if y'all.
Make sure you go over to my bookie. You're gonna get rich. I'm jumping on the plane jet back to Miami as pound for pound best fighter to ever do it, Daddy. Good luck to you, sir.
I think Colby Covington. Usman is just so strong, dude. And every time I've seen him wrestle, he just seems solid. Like they can't move him. You know what I'm saying? They get up against the cage, they're trying to get a leg lock and a one leg sweep or this and that. I'm not seeing Usman been taken. I don't think he's ever been taken down. I think they said it earlier. They've never taken Usman down. That dude is just, he's unmovable. I think Colby's going on his back. And then if he does, I think Colby's in trouble. I think Usman's going to use his strength, try to get him out, and I think he's going to grind them elbows in his forehead.
All right, gentlemen. Last thing is this. Kamaru Usman said that if he wins this fight, he wants the pound for pound #1 guy in MMA to fight the #1 pound for pound in professional boxing, promoted by the pound for pound best promoter in the game, Dana White. Do you buy or sell that? Do you see that happening if this fight plays out in Usman's favor?
If Usman's talking about itself boxing?
Yes, he's talking about facing one Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Bro. You better stay in the octagon, son. That's a whole nother world. There ain't no wrestling there. No,
Matt?
bro. I don't think Justin Gaethje will. I know Justin Gaethje don't want Alvarez, bro. Y'all smoking crack? No.
All right, guys. I want to thank you again for coming on and joining me here on Championship Rounds. It's been real. Definitely got to have you guys back again. I'll see you guys on the War Zone shortly after this. There they are. Chad, Matt, Redmonds, and your boy Marcel Pierre. Hey, that's Championship Rounds. Until next time, Stay frosty.
Little baby on my nerves, put my phone on don't disturb. Watch your fucking mouth, you gon' get your feelings hurt. Maybe I did too much dirt. You can't control me, I've been rolling all week. Cup full of that mud, know I'm up to no good. And I got my shooter with me. Let them niggas play crazy if they want to. I think I got a grudge I'm holding on to. Brother told me let it go, that shit is old news. You can tell when they ain't for you. I always kept it real like I'm supposed to, yeah. I'm on a different vibe, I'm on a different high. Baby, please don't take me wrong, I'm not that other guy. I'm from the other side. I'm serving, swiping, murking, baby, I've been working overtime. So don't calm me down when I'm balling out. I'm a big dog, tell them call the dog pound. I'm a